Drunken Cock fans, this is Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming from the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, welcoming you all to the Drunken Under Quarantine Show Season 4. Just a friendly reminder, this is an adult show. It contains adult content and heavy situations. Please be warned. If you're not an adult, now's your time to leave. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm, of course, Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming. Welcome to the Drunken Under Quarantine Show. It's Season 4. I'm, of course, here with GW Foley. It's been quite a spectacular week. Okay, just making sure the volume up there on Rumble is down, because that one freaked me out last week. I think the week before, too. You know, sometimes these are the things you get with a drunk magician as your host. But here we are. It's Wednesday night. I'm ready to have some beers with G-Dubs. Talk about how the week is gone. There's a lot to get into. So without further ado, welcome to the Drunken Under Quarantine Show. Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, Season 4, Episode 18, Trump Arrest, Hawaii, Peanut Butter, and a Beer Ban. Yeah, apparently that came up. We'll see how legitimate or illegitimate that story is. Is the beer ban story true? If that was the headline, you'd know already, because all the headlines, if it's a question, it's no. Anyways, yeah, we'll get into that. Let's welcome to the spotlight stage my man, my boy, my comrade, a dude that I absolutely adore. Please help me welcome Mr. G.W. Foley.
You better check yourself before you really wreck yourself. What is up, motherfuckers? It is Wednesday night, 8:03 on the dot. That right there is proof we are live on the YouTubes. Yes. This is a weird angle for me. Trying something different with my camera because I have an issue and I'll be looking like this while we're reading the articles. So I'll have to remember to turn my head and talk to you guys because god damn it, you're beautiful. Talking to you right there. Yeah, no one's on.
Well done.
Yeah. This is for the future viewers because we get those, which is awesome. I appreciate you. I feel like an old man again, back at school with all these youngins, and they look barely 15. And I'm just like, I'd knife you. I'd knife you so hard. Like, just cut you. Tip to stern. I wouldn't feel bad about it either. I probably walk over your bleeding corpse, stab the next student. These are the things that go through my head as I'm walking to class. What's the best way? No. I'm joking, obviously. I can see that being taken out of context.
Whoops. Clip it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know with the voice, it sounds like I was serious, but no, it's what we in the business call a cadence. And that's my cadence. Sounds natural because that's how I talk.
Yeah.
I know that about myself, about the way I talk, and I try to not talk that way in school I try to have more complete sentences. And unfortunately, let me just say, I suck at it. I fucking like trying to sound all intelligent, like, and then all of a sudden it's like, you need to stop for a second. It's like, God damn it, you know? Like my brain's like too much, dude. Pump the brakes.
Tone it down.
Pause. Take a breath. Don't get all excited. Anyways, fuck it. Let's turn it over to the real reason why we gather here. Hickory, the drunk and underwhelming.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for joining us on the show. It's season 4, episode 18. And yeah, it's been a week. I got to go to a food show. G-Dubs, you ever been to a food show?
Oh yeah. Had to for school.
Nice, Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was huge. And they had booze.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah, I remember.
That's how I found out I was allergic to seafood.
Oh, that's a surprise fun time.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a hell of a way to learn.
After my second bowl of clam chowder, throat closed up. Yeah, good times.
Did at least what you were on your second bowl, so at least it was damn good chowder.
Oh yeah. Oh no, there was some good chowder, and like I don't talk about it much, but like I miss clam chowder.
That's fair. I'd miss clams myself. They're one of my favorites. I like chopped clams. I don't like whole clams.
No,
not a big whole belly clam guy. Yeah, it's one of those. No, not big with the texture. I like the flavor. Same deal with spinach for me. Is I like the flavor, but not like the texture. So spinach has to be like chopped up. It's in something. If it's cooked, I can have like raw is fine. It's just lettuce. But yeah, no, wilted spinach, not my bueno. Anyways, I went to the Black River Food Show, and it was super fun. It was Killington Grand, and I got to go to a for the drunk and underwhelming's Muggle life day job. We where I work eating seafood, and so got to go to a food show. Pretty dope. They did a really good job. Monday night, we went to an appreciation dinner where it was an open bar for 2 hours. So I managed to get a whole 4 second fiddles out of them, along with dinner that was like it was awesome. Coffee rubbed, brisket burnt ends. They had like some chicken dish with a king trumpet mushroom sauce. There's street corn and like green beans with nori butter. An awesome salad. I actually ate some beets, which is out of character for me.
Ew.
They're good. See, the deal is that it's like they have to be fine. Like you have to be they have to be fine and soft, and then they're like fine. But if it's like thick and chunky, it's just like
too many pickled beets in my life.
That's fair. But that was super good. And then the food show Tuesday was a great time. It turns out that my best man now works for the company that was throwing the food show. So I pretty much got a personal tour of the food show from a representative from the company. And yeah, we walked around and ate a lot and got given some really cool samples and some stuff that like there's a couple of people that were like, we know you stock this in your store, but do you just want a pack of these? You know, because like the point of the food show for like this type of food show is for this one was specifically a retail one.
Yeah.
There was people who do both there, obviously, but targeted towards the retail market, as opposed to restaurants is what I say when I towards retail for food service. And so there was a lot of like people that were like, oh, we love your chips. You know, my store stocks them, and they just like give us stuff. And because the real point is to show customers of the company that's throwing the show what new cool products they have, and possibly let you meet some of the people behind those products, which is The cool part about this one is that like I would say about 50% of the booths were like the people that own and run the company were there, which was pretty cool. I mean, a few of the big ones had like a representative there, and then some of them had like a stand-in type person work the booth. But like, yeah, it was cool. I met Sugar Bob again for the second time. First time I ever met him was 2017 in San Francisco, a place you wouldn't catch Hickory dead now. It actually took a lot of pressure from the beautiful assistant for me to even go back in 2017, to be quite straight. I was like, go to San Francisco, honey. Do you want me? Like, you trying to get me killed? Like, what are you? I don't belong there. And then, yeah, that was a fun trip. The first time I ever went to a dispensary. And,
Nice.
Yeah, had a great time. That food show was cool too. But yeah, this one was we left stuffed. I actually had the most surprising thing I'll say that came out of this is there's a brand in Vermont called Imposter, and they have developed a mozzarella that is like a fake cheese that's like coconut oil and other stuff that is close enough that I actually ate a second mozzarella stick. No joke, dude. And mozzarella sticks are like my favorite food type. Like, no joke. That's like my favorite, absolute favorite. I could eat them every day. Absolute favorite food. And yeah, this fake one was good enough that I ate a second one. They were pretty solid.
Nice.
I was impressed. I also had some fake cookies. And by fake, I mean vegan and gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. And those were actually really good. I really didn't want to walk away being like, wow, you guys have a really good cookie. But we literally, so at the dinner, this company, this was like their first year. It's called Chelsea's Approved. They're a vegan, gluten-free company from up in Essex. Small team, cool idea. Basically, the story is that this girl, Chelsea, from the name Chelsea Approved, she developed some type of autoimmune issue in college, and all of a sudden had to like severely restrict her diet and couldn't eat gluten or dairy or certain things anymore.
Fucking shoot me.
And like a big part of their growing up in the family was like making chocolate chip cookies all the time. And so she was like really bummed out because she got diagnosed like it like all happened like right before Christmas. And the guy in the I'm not sure his relation, but they her and her sister and him ended up just started to like make different recipes of gluten-free stuff and trying to figure it out, and eventually they came up with something that's actually really good, like good enough that the beautiful assistant wanted a package of banana muffin mix, like, which is saying something, because if she's gonna buy like a store-made mix, it's gonna be pretty good. We're not like a store-made or like a taken mix with water and bake type family, other than pancake mix, because who cares? But yeah, they're really good. But
well, with pancake mix, you know why? Because it's a pain in the ass to make. For the outcome.
Yep.
Like
for something I'm gonna like smother with butter and syrup.
Yeah.
It's like I don't care. Yeah, even if I owned a restaurant, dude, that's like one of the few things I would never like actually make from scratch. No,
like if you're paying me enough, maybe.
Oh yeah, I would do it if I worked someplace that was like, we're doing this. But like if I was in charge or running the kitchen or the menu, there's no way we would make pancakes from scratch. That's just like, that's silly.
Yeah.
Why would you bother? Yeah, doctor up something that's already made. Like that's there's a reason those mixes exist in commercial sized amounts.
Oh yeah.
Yep, because I remember my first breakfast job, we would make like 2 gallons of pancake batter a day during the busy season.
Yeah.
Did I say 2 gallons? No, I meant 2 5-gallon buckets. Like we would have 4 5-gallon buckets worth of eggs and 2 5-gallon buckets worth of Sean's here pancake mix, and then you'd have like usually like 4 to 6 of them of hash browns cut and ready to go. Sean, howdy, gentlemen. Sean, glad to see
What's
you.
up,
Brother.
man?
Good to see you. What's up? We'll get right into that. We're about to get into the show. G-Dubs, you ready, my friend?
Let's do this.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, Season 4, Episode 18. Trump arrests Hawaii peanut butter and a beer ban. A beer ban. G-Dubs, what do you think about a beer ban?
It's stupid. I don't know anything about it, but it's stupid.
I was gonna say, I think we tried that.
Yeah.
And it didn't go well. I think it ended up in us almost overthrowing the government for a second time. Just saying, which I'm surprised. The funny part is that doesn't happen with cannabis, which you wish it would have already. Like the fact that that's not federally legal yet. Anyways, we got a whole shatload of stories to get into. We're gonna start off. We got some heavy ones. There's some shit like Hawaii that it needs awareness, but I don't necessarily want to talk about it. But we should for a minute.
Paint your house blue. We're done.
There's been some crazy shit going on down there. Anyways, speaking of blue, we're gonna the first topic of the night. How the drunk is this news? Does everything blue have to have nuts? Oh, I had planned that perfectly, and then I didn't share it right. That's
For shame, Hickory.
How have I never noticed this? Walmart customer calls out great value peanut butter for pink versus blue labels for nuts.
Oh.
In a viral TikTok video, a man figured out the potential reason why Walmart labels some of their peanut butter with a pink label and others with a blue label. In the video, the real Fat Jesus 69. Actually, shout out to that guy because I don't know anything about him, and I am not endorsing this guy. Although, fuck him, if he's got that, whatever. That's fine. I probably would. Fat Jesus used to be my nickname back when my edgy days, and I actually have a friend who still calls me Jesus regularly. Sean said, just clearing the land for the new mega 15-minute cities. Yeah, clearing it out. Just gotta find some space down there. This has to be the best marketing thing I've ever seen in my life. He says, no, it's not, Fat Jesus, because we'd all fucking know about it if it were. Maybe subliminal marketing? I don't think so.
I think they just wanted to see how many times they can do the real Fat Jesus 69 in an article.
That might be it. Pink, because it has no nuts. Blue, because it has nuts. For those who are having trouble getting the joke, it does take a minute. No, I don't think it does, actually. It seemed pretty self-explanatory. It just didn't seem that, yeah. Nuts have a double meaning. In slang, nuts can also refer to a man's genitalia. Well, kind of. Fact check false, or fact check most partly true. Nuts refer to, or slang for part of a male's genitalia. There's multiple facets. Pink and blue are also traditionally gendered colors, with pink being associated with girls and blue being, quote, for boys. Something that altogether is the jokey explanation for the peanut butter label colors. Yeah, I don't know if that's actually a thing. This was a post from him. His TikTok here. I'm sure it went pretty viral. I'm not going to go look to see how many views it has. Well, it's got 500 comments and more than 1 million views. So,
all right, good for them.
I think more because it was funny, right? Then anything. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't like it was funny because it was like, are people gonna be outraged by this? Because you never know anymore. To be honest, like you never know. It's like the little tiny things that set people off, and then other things don't matter.
Here's something that will set people off. I wouldn't know. I don't shop with the pores.
That's right, because we are the bourgeois or something. Anyways, Hawaii. Fuck. Hawaii business goes viral for sign slamming Biden's kitchen fire comments. Quote, not always about you. And there's a couple other very scary things about Hawaii that are coming out that nobody wants covered. Equipment rental business in Honolulu, Hawaii slammed President Biden's recent comments comparing a fire in his kitchen to the deadly and devastating Maui fires. Hawaiian Rental, known online for its witty signage, changed his business storefront and sent Biden a message after his recent speech in Hawaii. Sorry you almost lost your 67 Corvette in a fire, Mr. President. The sign reads, Maui strong. Well done.
Yeah.
Because it's been an absolute fucking shit show down there.
Yeah.
And the amount of money that we've spent on stupid shit. Fine. I forgot to pull it up. No, not sun, dust. Have you seen any video of like the dust screen that was put up?
No. Should I have?
I don't know. The video went kind of viral. I don't know. I was hoping this article was going to have
damn woodpeckers.
5 miles of dust screen go up around Lahaina. Dust screen started getting installed on August 16th to protect drivers from debris flying across the highway and the bypass. But yeah, I wish I had a Twitter video. Because there's like 5 miles of tarp that's like 6 feet high, hung as a fence, like for miles.
All right.
So nobody can see in, and apparently there's people patrolling it pretty good now. They just to get out there, I'll not be complying with any restrictions or mandates. Sorry, I'll be the ugliest martyr you have ever seen. Thank you, Sean. Yeah,
I've seen Joan of Arc.
Yeah, definitely not taking a knee this time. This one's David Ick. Yep, there we go. Nice. Found the video. Here we go. Yeah, I should
Speaking of not dealing with the pores.
So yeah, this is just a video of miles of black fence. And that just goes on for miles. And like, how much money does it cost to put that thing up? When the residents have been like gotten nothing, basically. Like people are still waiting on medication and shit. National Guard, state police, no drones, nothing to see here. Oh yeah, no drones. Like apparently if you drive near this place, you get like you get told to move along by the cops. It was crazy. I watched God, what's that kid's name? That was on Tim Path last night. Really, you can't just like take me to his YouTube. Joshua Smith is on tonight. Oh, Nick Sortor. Yeah, he's been down there and like getting just like randomly surprised by like people just walking up to him and being like, who he's never met before, and being like, "Hey Nick, what are you doing here?" And like weird shit. Apparently there's a presence of like foreign cars with unknown police officers just patrolling around and shit. Yeah, it's a weird Wyatt's got some weirdness going on, man.
Well, yeah.
But the real question is, they still vote blue. They still vote for those in charge that are fucking it all up. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be an interesting. I mean, I think so, but yeah, it'll be interesting. Did peanut butter.
Peanut butter jelly.
Oh, let's watch the. Let's watch some of the video. Let me share a screen where I can share some audio, because we're gonna watch this 14-year-old girl just verbally make this board so uncomfortable with their softness. It's speculated there's many victims 9/11/2023 wounded knee. Yeah, considering there's like 1,000 people missing and they haven't been found, the body count's gone from 110 to like 123 in the past week and a half. And there's a ton of people, but like that's part of the reason. There's a lot of reasons they're trying to not cover this one very much. Like the fact that the cops blocked the road out of there. And there was like miles of traffic backed up. Maybe a minor reason. The fact that water is only allocated to certain parts of the island. There's no water to fight the fire in this section of the island. Yeah, lots of interesting things. And not even getting into like blue roofs or any of the other more conspiracy type ideas. There's just some very vile shit that's gone down in this whole adventure.
I'm just saying.
I wonder if we'll really get pretty reflecting pool in the footprint of the city. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what their memorial will look like. Anyways, let's watch this 14-year-old girl annihilate her woke school board. This is like one of the funniest things I've watched in a hot minute.
We're going to hand it back to you. Oh, let her go. Ladies, let her go. Ask your lawyer. I don't think we're running to the 80s, sir. No, but ask your lawyer. Are you afraid? It's not going to hurt anything.
Are you intimidated by a child?
Yes.
I like they even admit that they're intimidated by this kid. Those chicken shit bastards all get up and walk away. Apparently, like a bunch of these people, yes, but I thought you meant Hawaii. Apparently, a bunch of people have left just because they like don't necessarily feel safe staying there anymore, due to the government failure on this whole operation, like not sounding any alarms and blocking the fucking roads to get out. Yeah, I don't know if I'd feel so great about staying there either, and especially while we're still in a season where hurricanes are still going on and wildfires still happen. Yeah, probably maybe a good idea to get the fuck out of there, because it's very clear the Hawaiian government has no idea what they're doing. Anyways, let's watch the roasting begin.
Ask your lawyer. This scared. Take a minute.
At the end of the last board meeting, a few of you board members were triggered by the facts and truth my mom, myself, and a few of the other commenters spoke about. I did a bit of digging online, and I discovered a way to follow up on the airing of your grievances regarding the public speakers at these meetings. It is called the Hurt Feelings Report.
Like she's easily a theatrical major or something, right? Like that's nailing it. Like, good public speaking for a 14-year-old. Does the turn, shows off the form. So far, I'm loving this. G-dubs,
I'm just trying to see like
where we're going.
yeah.
Okay.
At the end, you'll see that there's a place for your name, gauge your feelings were hurt, name a person who hurt your feelings, and which feelings were hurt. There's also a part to document your injury, such as which ear were the hurtful words spoken into. Is there permanent damage to your feelings? Did you require a tissue for your tears? And if the words resulted in a traumatic brain injury? Part 4 of this report is important for you to know. You can mark all the reasons you fill in the report. Some of the reasons are as follows. I am thin-skinned. My feelings are easily hurt. I didn't sign up for this. I was told that I'm not a hero. I was not offered a tissue. I want my mommy and other options. Again, you can check all that apply to your hurt feelings. There's additional space for you to explain more in depth on how your feelings were hurt.
Yeah. Basically, she's just mocking them. A 14-year-old mocking a bunch of grown adults, and I'm loving it. Just to be clear, I was talking about the current video, not Hawaii. This has to be the second time she has drugged them over the coals. Yeah, because it sounds like the first time it was.
Here's my question, though.
Please.
If she was on the left, how would you feel about this?
I still think it would be hysterical. I think if a kid cared well enough to craft that out and go out there, sure.
Kids using sarcasm and like it's obnoxious. I don't like the swarminess of this.
Okay, that's fair.
If she was on the other side, I'd feel the same way. Like,
no, that's
stop being so just say what you want to say.
Yeah,
you know,
calling a bunch of Republicans fucking idiots for doing whatever they're doing in their town, or trying to silence arguments. I'd be all about her fucking going in there and giving them hell.
Yeah,
adults need more kids to tell them they're fucking soft. That's what I think I like about it. Is I like the fact that it's a 14-year-old being like, "Yeah, your fucking feelings were hurt, old man. You're on the city council. Shut the fuck up and do your job." Like, I think we need more of that towards politicians. A lot more like, "Fuck you, fuck your feelings." I didn't vote for your feelings. I vote for you to get shit done. I mean, not in this shithole state because it's socialist as fuck. I'd vote for people that lose, and then you raise taxes anyway. So,
here's the thing. Teenagers using sarcasm comes off as disingenuous to me.
Okay,
like it has to be done with a certain level of like subtle, like
it should be more subtle.
Yeah, like there's a way.
Far too direct about it.
Yeah, like pick a lane. Like either be sarcastic or be direct. Don't do this cutesy thing. Like if you're gonna go balls to the wall, be balls to the wall.
Sean said, "I am almost positive you did not become sarcastic at 18, GW."
Oh no, I sucked at it though. Like
so this is merely sorry, this is merely pointing out the hypocrisy and the kind of hurts, and this is merely pointing out the hypocrisy and that kind of hurts and stings. Yeah, I agree. Kids are ready to be seen, not heard. No, I'll agree with that for sure. I just think it's funny as fuck because it's a 14-year-old girl making fun of these people for having hurt feelings. That's hysterical. This is like the most emotional group of people in the country. It's like it's all the 16-year-old kids in general, especially leaning those with more estrogen.
Fair.
Yeah. It really hits. It's like a morbidly obese dude calling you fat. It's like, oh shit. Okay, fair. I can't. No rebuttal. That hurts. Anyways, let's see how much longer G-dubs can stand.
The bottom of the form reference is the department. The department refers to the parent attendees of these meetings. The statement on the bottom of the report reads as follows. We, as the department, take her feelings very seriously. If you don't have someone who can give you a hug or make things all better, please let us know, and we will promptly dispatch a hugger to you as soon as possible. In the event a hugger cannot be found, an EMS team will be dispatched. If you are in need of supplemental support upon written request, we will make every reasonable effort to provide you with a blanket, binky, or a bottle if you so desire. Remember to sign the form and you can present it to all the parents at the next meeting, since they are the people responsible for voting you onto the board. They are your bosses and will determine if your grievances are legitimate and if actions should be taken. I'm sure that they will be as attentive to your complaints as you can to theirs. Please feel free to make copies of this blank form so you can file hurt feeling reports in the future when you feel any of the public speakers at these meetings are in violation of their personal rights. Thank you.
Yeah. And then the music hits. But that last line, or one of those last lines there really got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure they will be as attentive to your concerns as you have been to theirs. Love that. A friendly reminder that politicians work for the people at the end. But no,
Yeah.
I get
And I agree with that.
It's not it's a little swarmy. I get that. And I agree with it. It should be seen and not heard. Absolutely oppressive in my opinion. Yeah, hysterical. There's been a couple kids this week that are really cut through the static. Like the kid getting kicked out of his school. Well, not getting kicked out, but getting his mom called in because he had a Gadsden flag on his backpack. That kid was pretty. His mom was based as shit too. That was fun to watch. She recorded on the cell phone in the stroller, and yeah, now the school wants to claim that it wasn't because of the Gadsden flag, something else. But during the meeting, they're like, that's a sign from slavery times. Like, no, you idiot. That was America's first flag. Yeah, she even said it was like founded in a symbol from the days of slavery. I'm like, oh man.
Well,
you teach children.
Technically, but that's not.
I mean, technically we're still in the days of slavery, bro. Like the slave trade happens all over the fucking world. Like I mean, there's slaves in America still. let's not forget that shit. Of every color. Probably mostly.
I agree. I agree.
But no, I get what you mean. Like anytime it's basically why anytime before the 1900s, they're just like, oh, it's slave times.
Yeah. But they don't say that for Marx because that was
what?
Yeah, they don't say it for Marx. In fact, that it was the 1800s. You know?
That's what I would agree. This is the most diverse of slavery we've ever experienced in the human race. Yes. Which means their DEI initiatives are working, my friend. Very inclusive slave trading rings.
Yeah.
Hard. By that I mean hard to get into. Very inclusive. You kind of need something to lose before they let you, at least into the nice ones.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm sure you could get into a shady one, but then again, you also might end up missing or trafficked yourself. But yeah, it's a thing. Anyways, let's get into the next one. Let's lighten it up for a minute.
Yay!
From business and politics, Biden's health czar wants to limit Americans to 2 beers per week,
Go fuck yourself.
which is how many I drank before the show started.
I haven't had a drink in I don't know when. I'm still saying fuck you.
Yeah, no, I need to stop drinking as much for sure, but
I-
not on show night. I do drink a lot of hop seltzer other days, and try not to drink as much lately. But
I
yeah,
just drink coffee.
it's show night. I'm getting drunk. I just believe the child was able to get away with what I could not have said. Yeah. They would have called the cops on you. You went in there and ranted at your local, whatever board it was, whether it was a school board or it was a, whether it was like the town select board, wherever. Yeah, they would have arrested your ass if you went in there, handed out papers, and read that speech.
Yeah.
They would have called the cops in a heartbeat, bro. I love you, Sean. I'm not. That's not from any meanness inside my heart, but because I would too. They would look at this guy and be like, looks conservative enough to call the cops on. This guy does not have any like the red. I trimmed the red right out of my beard. I don't look nearly progressive enough anymore. Sean said I would argue that this is the I read that one. Sorry, most diverse slavery we've ever had.
Most diverse, the biggest slavery.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I would have been Cubs stuffed, probed, and broke. Yeah, absolutely. Cuffs. Yeah, Biden's health czar wants to limit Americans to 2 beers per week. Yet another example of how there isn't 1 ounce of enjoyment that leftists won't suck out of the lives of Americans. BizPack review. Okay, that's BPR. Yes, this is fun. This is mildly scathing. I like it. President Biden's health czar, which who knew there was one of those, wants to limit the number of beers that people consume to just 2 per week. To be fair, wait, actually, isn't the health czar Rachel Levine?
I have no idea.
I mean, that was the first one that comes up on HHS. Assistant Secretary of Health. Is that the same? I mean, health czar is like a nickname for that, right?
I have no idea.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of weird that we use the word czar anyways, right?
Yeah.
Although it is scathing, but they also like that's a name that people have actually used for positions, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just being.
Well, I don't believe they're official positions, but they have like an official name, but that's what they are.
Which is weird that we use it in America, considering the Tsar was an emperor of Russia before 1917.
Yeah.
A South Slav ruler in former times, especially one reigning over Serbia in the 14th century. 2, a person appointed by government to advise on and coordinate policy in a particular area. The drug czar. So yeah, I would assume the health secretary would be the health czar, right? If it's the person most like. So Rachel Levine wants to limit my drinking, huh? I'll fight you for it. How about a cage match, Rachel? I'm not above striking a woman. Equal rights, equal fights. It'd be the greatest pay-per-view of all time. Fuck Elon and Zuckerberg. That's not going to happen. Let's go. I won't even train. And I'll start smoking beforehand. That's my promise. I want to come in as unhealthy as can be to fight the health czar. Smoke so many hand-rolled cigarettes, my fingertips would be bright yellow. Sean said, yeah, it's a term used in monarchies, a totalitarian leader. Yes, or America, because we're stupid naming shit after some guy from 1900s Russia while claiming to hate the place. Watch us go. We're breaking new bounds of stupidity daily. Anyways, communist countries have nothing on the US. Yeah. Keep going. Anyways, basically, they're going to scathing against the article list. They're basically going to suggest that people drink that much. Canada apparently has one where they urge people to keep drinking 2 drinks a week or limit their drinking to 2 drinks a week. But that being said, it's not like an enforced thing. It's like the government saying like, this is what you should do. So
Yeah.
I'm far more okay with this than fucking mandates. Whatever. If you want to recommend stupid shit, you do you, honey boo boo. But yeah, I am nervous that vaccine mandates are going to come back. I did read that Rutgers has unenrolled people for not being vaccinated. Apparently, a lot of the colleges never rolled back their vaccine mandates.
No.
So they're still in effect.
Yeah.
You still have to be up to date on the experimental vaccine to maintain enrollment. Okay. There's a new one coming out in October, I hear. We'll see. It's good. I mean, it's good. It's in time. We need this is the primary variant. It's going to make a rise. It's going to coast right into the general election variant. That's how how sure I am. This one's going to go. John said this absolute absurd narrative of the last 3 years has driven a wedge between mother and I. Prayed for truth that everyone can agree to. I believe I may be pissing up a rope. Dude, I understand because I talk to people daily where I'm like, wait, really? You think this is a good... I don't care if you hate Trump, but the fact that his lawyer's being charged under RICO for filing legal paperwork is that's fucking concerning. Like, maybe I'm dumb. And I think that lawyers were a constitutionally protected thing, but yeah, no, there's a weird line there, especially when US has precedents of like things like not executing Nazi scientists and keeping them alive so we could use them helping with research. Meanwhile, the former president's legal counsel is being indicted for conspiracy to overthrow the U.S. government.
Starting a foreign war. Sorry.
Bless you.
No, like, arrest him for like starting fucking foreign war, fighting. Like, only Congress can declare war. Why are you sending troops somewhere? You know.
Oh,
and while you're at it,
he was like the only president trying to pull troops home.
Yeah.
And then they lied to him, and nobody got any accountability on that. Like the craziest part about Trump now is like the amount of people who've bold-faced lied about him and had no accountability.
Yeah.
Like, so like you remember when they were all claiming that the Hunter laptop was Russian disinformation before it was proven to even CNN that it was real. There was like 54 intelligence agency members, including 4 retired CIA heads, who signed a letter saying that fucking laptop was Russian misinformation.
Yeah.
We went like a whole 3 years, people alleging that 2016 was won by Trump because of Russian election interference. And I'm like, nobody faced any, like, can you imagine? You imagine if like there was a election in Russia and Russia, like full on, like half the politicians came out and were like, the US is fucking our elections. Like they're trying to, you know what I mean? Like that would be there'd be like a war cry. And meanwhile, we've got like mainstream, like all the mainstream news in the US being like, they're messing with our elections. Maybe that's why we're at war with them now. I don't know.
Uh, fucking stupid.
Craziness.
Fucking
Absolute
stupid.
craziness. Anyways, yeah, like, and if we're gonna like investigate him more, we've been doing like 7 years of that. Let's spend like a couple of years investigating somebody else first. You know, like I'm not simping for him. I'm saying like we've been 7 years deep in Trump investigation. Like maybe you just let somebody spend a year or two investigating other former presidents. I would love to see Obama get charged for drone striking a 16-year-old American citizen in a foreign country we weren't at war with.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Bush in jail for Iraq. In fact, I would love to see him sent over there. His sentence should be to serve his own private war against a group of ISIS or whatever.
I think we should dig up his father and put his father on trial.
Yeah, agreed. John said, I'm so convinced that Trump has controlled opposition to the Democratic Party. He was paid off to do this. The only reason I believe this, I think Trump was jumped the shark. I mean, yeah, dude, but like, correction. I want a clarification. Sean, jump the shark on what? Like election, like his election claims? Because like, I wouldn't blame him for being over the top, dude. The guy's been persecuted like no other person in the United States history for the past 7 years. He's been impeached twice on fake allegations. He's now been indicted 4 times on shit that wouldn't hold up. Like, and yeah, they might catch a charge because like there's some really biased juries out there and there's some really biased DAs. And there's a lot of people in these big fucking areas that they're charging him, like New York, that would love to be like, yeah, I was on the trial that sent Trump to jail. Oh, I don't give a fuck if he was guilty on whatever charge they were charging him on or not. I just say guilty because fuck Trump. Like that's, and that's where we're at right now. I mean, people are cheering his lawyers being arrested. That's fucked up, dude. If you can't rely on legal counsel, like, also the sorry, I'm ranting on Trump here. The court. Have you seen the court dates?
No.
They're like the Monday and Tuesday of Super Tuesday. He has to show up in court. Like, no joke. Like, if you, that's not like, like the craziness not to call that election interference. when for 3 years we claimed Russians interfered with our election because they spent 20 grand in Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Is fucking mind-boggling. The fact that none of those CIA former heads that said that that Russians created the laptop to smear Biden and Hunter, that's now all been proven true. Multiple people have come out and said, hey, even the other day, what was that one? A FOIA request from the National Archives basically showed that Biden had like 12 different surname or fake identities he was using for his illicit business dealings. That's not on CNN. Operation Warp Speed. I can kill anybody on the street and nobody would do anything. Grab them by the pussy, for example. So many more. I mean, Operation Warp Speed, like, dude, he was trying to do what he could. That being said, I don't like that. I can kill anybody on the street. Nobody would do anything. Where he was lying. Although, at the time, Trump spent most of his life as a Democrat fitting in. So he could have back then. He's just wrong now. And the grabbed her by the pussy. I didn't care, dude. Like, that's... It was like more about like him like bringing people home from overseas that are fighting stupid wars that we shouldn't be in. Such that it was intent upon gathering a response that was extremely severe. Also, the fact that he like actually went against China and put in tariffs, and like Russia was like chill under Trump. Like they took Crimea under Obama. taking Ukraine under Biden. I'm pretty sure they took a chunk under Bush. Belarus, maybe? Or was that under Clinton? I don't know. Like the past 4 presidents have let past 4 other than Trump have let Russia take a chunk of somewhere else.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll get into the last one of the regular show, which I should pick carefully because there's definitely a couple of wild ones. Oh, well, we'll do something fun. Let's get into since I've been ranting on that. How's about the fact that he was a Democrat originally around for president? No, dude, I believe me. But he's the best we've got running. I mean, maybe other than Ramaswamy. I like that dude. But that being said, I don't know if he's vetted. I just, like, to be honest, I hate the media. And I hate the Republicans. And I hate the Democrats. And I would love to see what happens if Trump gets revenge for 4 years. Nothing would make me happier than all the people that are absolutely pissed off and fucking triggered about every little thing that he does, had to deal with them for another 4 years. That would make me happy. And that's it.
Hey.
Fuck it. I mean, other than that, we go back. We live under. I mean, the scary part was the one the other day where Rachel Maddow accused that if Trump wins, he's just going to be president for life, which made me think that's what they're going to do with Biden, because that seems like what he does is they always accuse rules for radicals. They always accuse their enemy of what they've been doing. And as soon as Rachel Maddow said that, I was like, oh shit. Maybe Roseanne Barr was right on her crazy, we're not going to have an election in 2024 thing.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not arguing about what performance was, but was it a performance that was scripted? Allegedly, just my opinion. I mean, could have been, but why would, if he was, why would they be so nervous and be trying to take him off the ballot and put him in jail before the election? Like, why would they be like blatantly abusing the legal system for election interference? When, like, if they were really corrupt and he fucked up and they didn't want him to have a second, like, they just have him killed. Like, I mean, yeah, he's protected, but so are lots of people who end up, dead in their bathroom. I'm not saying that should happen or I want anybody to be assassinated, but, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like there would be, I don't know. Maybe it is scripted, Sean. Maybe you're right. I can't. Perhaps they're setting up precedent for removing political opponents in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, that very well could be, but I mean, if you see lawyers get charged and convicted for being legal counsel, like, how long before lawyers aren't willing to represent politicians anymore?
Or
like, if politicians just persecute their political enemies, like, we're done until we have a revolution or we live under tyranny. As one side, I mean, if they can just prosecute Trump out of the political system, they will do it for every single person that might win that isn't a fucking rhino and owned by the establishment.
Yeah.
So
that's the point. That's exactly the point.
Is to scare anybody who's an outsider and not wanting to run. I mean, it makes sense. Anyways,
we're going to do it our way, and that's it.
The unibody way. Last story of the evening from the New York Times. Remember when Eminem was like controversial and cool?
Wasn't it the 90s?
It was. But in 2023, Eminem tells Vivek Ramaswamy to stop rapping his songs. Yeah, that's right. Republican candidate who is the only guy on the fucking lesser known Republican debates who said that who raised his hand really fast when he said he'd stop funding Ukraine. And also when he said he would support Trump if he was convicted. While all the other people kind of looked around and wanted to see what the the crowd and the other politicians did before they raised their hand. Anyways, Ramaswamy, as it turned out, Ramaswamy only had one shot to lose himself in the music. Marshall Mathers III, better known as the rapper Eminem, or just Marshall Mathers, idiots, sold Mr. Ramaswamy, a Republican presidential candidate, that he's no longer to use Eminem music on the campaign trail just weeks after Mr. Ramaswamy broke in an impromptu version of Eminem's Lose Yourself at the Iowa State Fair. The licensing arm of Mr. Mathers' company, BMI, informed the Ramaswamy campaign in a letter dated Wednesday and reprinted in the Daily Mail on Monday that BMI will consider any performance of the Eminem Works by Vivek 2024 campaign from this date forward to be a material breach of the firm's licensing rules, for which BMI reserves all rights and remedies with their respect to. So, like, he's basically saying, because you're running as a Republican, you can't cover this song, even though any idiot cover band can cover this song. No, I get it, but like, what do you think?
I think it's up to the artist. Here's the thing. Let's take one of your songs. And then David Zuckerberg started doing it. And like,
I own the rights to it, so it's gonna make me more money. I don't give a shit.
But if he wasn't paying rights.
Well, you get rights every time that's because it's covered, like the
I know what you're saying.
Mechanical right from performing it.
But I mean, if he was just doing it off the cuff,
I don't know. I think it would be hilarious. Dude, Bernie could rap one of my songs. I would fucking wet myself laughing. Yeah, like AOC could rap one of my songs, and I'd be like, oh no shit.
Okay.
But then again, I don't like, it's like, I separate art from that, like art and politics. Like I get why they overlap, and I get why sometimes it's really important to include them together. Like my shit, like I don't care. I think it's funny when people get so upset over somebody's political affiliation enough to be like, I don't want you using my music. Especially like this, because the context is that he fucking rapped it one time at a state fair while he was on stage and excited, and it came on. Like, this is not like, he's not going on like a fucking cover band tour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not like playing it as his campaign song. Like, I got one shot, I better not miss my chance, you know? Like, it was just like this one-off. It makes me want to, like, was it even worth him responding? Like, maybe like in a YouTube comment, you know, like Eminem responds an official Twitter post or something. But like, as far as like to reach out to his label and be like, yo guys, you need to tell this political candidate that he can't use my song, is like some petty bullshit drama that I thought somebody like Eminem would be above, considering he's the fucking god king of white rap.
No, because look how many fucking beef albums he has. Or like,
that's fair. I mean, that's really why he blew up.
Yeah. Like,
and there was a lot of good ones. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating. I'm just saying it just amazes me that Eminem like gives enough of a shit to come out and be like, he's not a Democrat. How dare he use my song? It makes me wonder if he would complain if a Democrat did, but I don't think he would.
Yeah.
I think he'd be like, I like the high crime rate in Detroit, motherfucker. Sean said, kind of like Lyndon B. Johnson saying that he would have the black people voting Democrat for 200 years. Well, it's working. Sean said, how the hell is this happening? How could Eminem be offended? Yeah, dude, like that one Tom McDonald line where he was like, how did an entire generation that grew up on South Park is constantly offended? I don't understand either, my friend. Eminem throws his dick in my ear every time I turn on one of his songs. I will say I enjoyed his verse on the Easy Mill song, but it was also him trying to prove that he was still good next to rising talent like Easy Mill.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all we got on the regular show. GW, you got anything you want to go for chest before we get out of here?
I ain't got shit.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. Go find Oh, we should probably. This fine foxy fucker over on GW Foley and at Foley Kills. Go watch some of those short films. Hang out with him. Tell him he should do short clips for the podcast once in a while. Even if it's just little segments of you doing shorts. That would be fucking awesome. Give us updates on what's going on. And anyways, that's all I got. I'm, of course, Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming. You can follow me at Hickory TDAU on most platforms, as well as OnlyFans. And I'll see you guys over on the Rumble after show. Until next time, I love you, G-Dubs.
Love you, brother.
Have a good night, guys. Drunk Magician out. Cheers. Gabba gabba hey, drunken cock fans. This is Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming of the Drunken Under Quarantine Show. Welcoming you to the Drunken Under Quarantine Show Season 4 After Show, brought to you only on Rumble. This is a very, very, very adult show, containing a very, very adult subjects. So please, if you're not very, very adult, or pretty much a kid that's over 21,